And when he was up here speaking, he was still trying to figure out his blindness as a young man. And so after this convention, a year later, he went to LCB for training and graduated from there. And so this is his after training story. Because last time he spoke about his before training. Kyle Beasley.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello? Yes. I had plenty at lunch, though.
We got you.
It's truly an honor standing up here, talking to all of you. One second, sorry. It's truly an honor to stand up here today among friends and people who understand that blindness is not the characteristic that defines us or our future. And yet, like many of you, I had to go on my own journey to really understand that. You see, I grew up in the National Federation of the Blind, the philosophy and the message, the community, all of it was part of my life from the very beginning. I knew the right words to say, that blind people can live the lives we want, that blindness isn't what holds us back, that with proper training and opportunity, we can compete on terms of equality. But knowing something and believing is two different things. And for me, it wasn't until I found myself at the Louisiana Center for the Blind in Ruston, Louisiana, that those ideas stopped being words I'd heard all my life and started being truth I lived by. Growing up, I always heard people talk about independence. I heard the stories, I met successful blind people, and I believed in the movement. At least I thought. But when it came down to everyday life skills, there was still hesitation. There was still a little voice in the back of my head saying, yeah, that's great for them, but can I really do that? I knew blind people could travel independently, but I didn't fully believe I could do it myself. I knew blind people could cook, but I still worried about burning myself or messing it up. I knew blind people could take on the world, but I didn't quite believe I was ready yet. So even though I had grown up around the National Federation of the Blind, what I didn't yet have was the lived confidence. That comes from doing things under sleep shades, from problem solving, from falling, and picking yourself back up and trying it again until you succeed. That's what the Louisiana Center for the Blind gave me. When I arrived in Ruston, I thought I knew what I was getting into. I heard about the training, the philosophy, and the structure. But let me tell you, nothing quite prepares you for the first few days at the center. I remember walking in, meeting people, moving confidently around with their canes, cooking full meals, building things in shop, and traveling all around town. And every single one of them was using their long white cane. It was both inspiring and intimidating. Part of me thought, okay, these people must have some secret superpower. They make it look so easy. And another part of me thought, there's no way I can do that. But that's the magic of the center. They don't let you stand in that place of doubt for long. The instructors there see your potential before you do. They hold you to high expectations because they know what you're capable of, even if you don't yet. Training at the Louisiana Center for the Blind is no easy task, and that's the point. You spend your days learning everything from Braille to cane travel to technology and to cook. You wear sleep shades so you can build non-visual techniques. And at first, it feels like everything takes twice as long as it should. But then something shifts. The first time you cross a busy street by yourself and you realize, I'm okay. The first time you cook a full meal without sight and think, I can do this. The first time you get lost and find your way back by yourself in travel. Each moment adds another layer of confidence. And before you know it, you're not just repeating the NFB philosophy, you're living it. I remember one day, my travel instructor told me, don't worry about being lost. Worry about not learning. That hit me because before the center, I had spent so much time trying to avoid mistakes. But in Ruston, I learned that mistakes aren't failures. They're just part of the process to becoming independent. There's a moment every student has, a turning point where you stop thinking like a blind person trying to fit into a sighted world and start thinking like a person living life your way. For me, that moment came when I realized I didn't have to wait for someone else to give me permission to try something new. I could make my own decisions. The center teaches you that blindness is not the barrier fear is, doubt is, low expectations are. Once you push through those, you realize the world is just as open to you as it is anyone else. And that realization, that freedom, changes everything. When I graduated from the Louisiana Center for the Blind, I left with more than just skills. I left with belief. Today I live my life with the confidence that I can do what I want, when I want, and how I want. Not because I'm perfect, but because I trust myself. When challenges come up, and they always will, I don't panic. I think back to those months in Ruston and remind myself, you figured out harder things than this. That's the power of structure discovery. It's not just about teaching. It's not just about teaching you to travel or cook or read Braille. It's about teaching you to trust yourself, to know that whatever comes up, you'll handle it. And that's something I can carry with me every single day. One of the most beautiful things about the Federation and about the Louisiana Center is that it's a community that gives back. Every student who's gone through the training center has something to share, something to pass on. We all stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. And now we have the chance to reach out and the chance to reach out and lift up the next person who's just starting to believe. Because maybe they've heard the stories, they've heard the philosophy, and they've heard the right words, but they still need to feel that truth to themselves. And that's where we come in, showing through our actions, our lives, and our confidence what's truly possible. So if there's one message I want to leave you with today, it's this. Growing up in the National Federation of the Blind taught me the message, but training at the Louisiana Center for the Blind taught me the meaning. It taught me the confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one challenge at a time. It taught me that blindness doesn't limit you, it just changes the way you do things. And most of all, it taught me that when you believe in yourself, truly and fully, the world opens up in ways you never imagined. The Louisiana Center for the Blind didn't change who I was. It reminded me who I could be. So today I stand here, not just as someone who grew up around the NFB philosophy, but as someone who has lived it, proven it, and believe in it with all my heart. And I'll keep living it doing what I want, when I want, and how I want. Because I know that I can. Thank you.
Talk about a difference of a training, structured discovery training. This is a young man that the last time he presented, he wasn't reading Braille. Today he read it all in Braille.
All right.
And that's what a true structured discovery program, just like we have here in Hawaii, that's what it does. It really changes each and every one of our lives. So just remember that when you go to a training program, just think about where you are and where you're going to be. So again, Kyle, thank you very much for sharing. And let's do a door prize for that.